Hey gang, Tony here. It is Sunday, and I have been to the flea market and some yard sales. Before I get into that, just very quickly, I had the date wrong. You actually have another 2 days to vote for the Sacred Crypt Awards. My channel slash retro days, more retro days than this channel, I think, was nominated for the Sacred Crypt Award. If you feel like we deserve it, then you can vote. If not, don't worry about it. I don't want anyone voting just because I'm not asking. Just if you feel it's deserved. So the link will be in the description. But otherwise, I'm just gonna jump right in. I had a decent weekend. We got some stuff, and I actually showed you one of the things in a previous video that I shot on Friday. But I'll show that again for anyone who missed that video. I'm gonna start us off with the paper stuff, but there's all kinds of retro, Halloween, Christmas. Yeah, all right. So I got a lot of books today for some reason. I guess I just kept seeing books that seemed interesting to me, and they were all cheap. Some of them were free, and can't pass up free. We have Strange Stories of the Supernatural, a Watermill classic. I love any kind of old scary stories book. These are no exception. They have a lot of the old expected tales in there. You can see right at the top it says The Monkey's Paw, right? Everyone knows The Monkey's Paw tale. That's the first story in here. This was a buck. No big deal. Some of the other stories seem a little less. There's the ghost ship. I'm not familiar with the Upper Berth or the Dream Woman or the Mortal Immortal. Ghost ship is pretty classic, though, I think. That's it. That's all that's in this one. But for a buck, can't leave that behind, right? Next up, taking a complete turn. This is one of the. So this was from the flea market. The next three books were from a yard sale that I went to, and it was like Sunday, and they just had stuff out that they said, hey, take it for free. So this stuff was free. We got a treasury of Christmas stories, so kind of the complete opposite of what I was just showing you. I do like Christmas. I know that is sacrilegious to some, but I enjoy it. Looked like a cool little book for free. I figured, I have a few different holiday books that I like to collect. Oh boy, my phone. Then we got a homemade holiday goodies, cookbook booklet. Real thin, but looked neat. So I grabbed that. And then we got the Sun-Maid Raisins Touch of the Sun. Again, just like a little cookbook booklet, the sort of thing that you probably would have bought at the supermarket on the way out, or perhaps got as a mail-in offer with Sun-Maid raisins. I'm not really sure. I'm just spitballing here. But this one is from 1992. This one is from 1994. So just 90s books that I thought looked neat and kind of reminded me of my childhood a little bit. So I grabbed them. Those were all the free ones. Then back at the flea market, I picked up this book, which I actually have already, but for 50 cents, I wasn't going to leave that behind. Garfield in Disguise. It's a good one. It's the Halloween episode in paper form, in book form. And then we got Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic's Shoes Blues, Golden Book. It says it's a special edition on the back there. I looked up some of these books. They're all around $7, $8, $10, $12, things like that. I'm unlikely to bother selling stuff like this. I tend to get it and hold on to it. Okay, next we have some VHS tapes. These were also free. Got Stargate, Death Becomes Her, and Vertigo. I probably wouldn't have purchased these, but because they were on the big shelf of free VHS tapes, they were the ones that, you know, I like. They had a bunch of other ones that I didn't take, because I'm not just going to take it because it's free, but, you know, those are all right. Okay, what else we got going on here today? We have this Rubik's puzzle. I think this one's called Chain or Chain Link or something like that. I don't really know much about this one, but there's a couple things at the flea market. This one guy was like, oh, you could just take that. So some more free stuff, technically. And I remembered this one from when I was a kid, so I grabbed it. Again, I don't think it's worth much. Maybe like $5 to $10 at best. Another free thing from that guy was actually this Quick Bunny mug, which he had in his garbage box, and he was like, I didn't think anyone would want it because it was kind of dirty. I'm like, I'll wash it. I don't care. So I think these were free. He kind of said they were free, but then when he gave me the price for everything I was getting from him, I wasn't quite so sure that he was still considering them free. But I'll tell you the full price. It wasn't a lot. Actually, I'm not going to show you the other thing I got from him quite yet anyway. Let me show you the Friday yard sale stuff. So this is the thing I already showed in a previous video. It was the FX Drummer Talkboy electronic air drum pen that is branded on the back Home Alone 2. There were a bunch of Talkboy. You could see at the bottom there a bunch of other Talkboy products that they had. Kind of a cool item. I mentioned in the previous video was kind of about how, you know, people are trying to sell them for like $20, $30, $40 or more, and no one buys them, and I was questioning the actual value because of that. At that same yard sale, I grabbed the safety candle holder for Halloween. I mainly got it because of it being on the card, obviously. Like, if it were just the item itself is really just like a spiral of metal with a candle in it. So nothing really special there, but the imagery on the card, you know, that's what's exciting. That's what I like. There's a whole big thing about winning $5,000 in cash if you enter their contest. Pretty neat. All right. And the only other thing I got at that Friday yard sale was this little tea light holder with pumpkins on it. Not sure where it's from. Actually, I guess it does say on the bottom. Never Burn Unattended, Indiana Glass, 99 cents, Indiana Glass, Cincinnati, Ohio, Halloween assortment. That's about all it says on there. So, nothing real special, but, I mean, how can you beat the imagery, right? Okay, we're getting there. Getting to the bigger items. One of the first things I bought today was actually this helicopter watch. It's apparently Avon Kids, it says. And it is a straight up helicopter on a wristband, and you could kind of see there where the watch part is. I believe it says that lights and sound. I didn't bother taking it out of there or trying to like replace a battery or anything. I just kind of left it. Neat. Those go for a little bit. I paid $1 for it. I think they go for about 20. Something like that. At the same booth, I got a little wiggle Santa. I don't always buy the holiday, like the Christmas things like this, but the box is a little busted up. But the Santa mostly works. I think I think it does have an issue. I'll show you what we got going here. So when you turn it on, demo. But when you turn it on Sonic, he moves a little, so he's set, but I tried all the normal things that would set off a thing like this, like motion, sound, touching. It's called Sonic, so I assumed it was like a sound activated thing. That does not seem to be working. So again, like if I turn it off and then turn it back to Sonic, you'll see it moves for a second, like to indicate that it was turned on. But I guess whatever sensor is in there to activate it, that is not working. I'll look into it. I'll probably bust it open and see what I can do. But the demo part works. All right, we're not going to go back through that. So he's a cool little guy. I don't know. I like getting those kinds of things sometimes. What else? I'm not going to take this. I didn't take it out of the box because it's kind of wrapped up a bit. But it is a haunted, motion and sound activated talking haunted outhouse. So the door on that opens. You can see there's skulls and pumpkins around the outside. There's even a little roll of toilet paper on the side there. I see it being listed as Jemmy, but I didn't see Jemmy anywhere on the box. But maybe? I don't know. It says Walmart on here, so it's sold at Walmart. That does not surprise me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it say... People are advertising it as Jemmy. I have my doubts, but I did pull up a video so you could at least see it working, since I'm not taking it out. You could see there's, like, the top is sort of wrapped there. I don't want to pull that off. I might end up selling this one. So let's take a look. That is not it. Let's see. There it is.
Trust me, don't go in there. Smells like something died.
All right. And there you have it. Fascinating. That was, I think, $2. Oh, by the way, that was also from the same guy that I got the free stuff. So there were the 2 free items, this, and then one more, which is my favorite item of the day. But I'm saving that for one more second, because before that, just going to show you Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom on Laserdisc. It is a bit busted open on the side there. I frankly just bought it to kind of add to my... I have that Hackers Laserdisc I've been trying to sell on eBay. Those go for like 80 to, 60, 70, 80 and up. I figured maybe throw this in with the lot and maybe it'll sell a bit easier. So that's really the only reason for that. Finally, my favorite item. Oh yeah. Not because it is worth more than anything else necessarily. I think it's on par with a couple other things, but it's just my favorite, was this Halloween mask from Telco Creations. It's a vampire mask that actually has a little remote here, and like in the back there is a voice box that also hooks up to the lights. The sound is pretty terrible, but I'll kind of go through pressing the button so you could maybe hear a little bit. I think that one was just a laugh. Not sure. And oh, the last button you could actually just hold it and it'll light the eyes up. Something about blood in that one. So yeah, really neat. I think they maybe just go for like $20, $30. I'm not sure, but I'll probably keep that because it's super cool. All right, everybody, that is everything. I hope you're all doing well. Again, if you feel like voting for the channels, you can do that below for the Sacred Crypt Awards. You have until the 25th for that. I start work tomorrow. I'm back full-time teaching fall semester, 4 classes this semester. Not sure how many more flea markets I'm going to get to, if I'm being honest. I think things are going to start getting a little bit, I mean, things have been pretty busy, but they're going to get even more busy, I think. But I'll keep making videos as long as I can. Probably do some Halloween content as the holidays get closer. Have a good one, everybody. Breathe deep in the night. I'll see you all soon. Bye.